Hi there. Welcome to Apple World. So Regina King is transparently separating and uncovering how gravely she is battling. It has been over a year since Regina lost her main child, yet it seems as though this isn't the main misfortune that she has been confronting. The past couple of months since she has been managing a ton of creatures have gotten so awful that she feels like her life is destroyed. Hopeless, and she has fans concerned about her yet. Has she truly been battling with considerations of finishing everything? So we haven't heard much from Regina Ruler in the recent months, and her fans have been really anxious thinking about what is happening. It appears as she has recently vanished after the death of her child last year, and there has been a ton of talk concerning her well. She has of late tended to her fans, and she conceded that she has been battling a ton. She at times even feels like her life is demolished. An insider guaranteed that this isn't a direct result of her child's sad passing, despite the fact that that was certainly the clincher, yet her past bombed connections likewise have played a part to play by the way she feels about existence overall, as indicated by the insider. Regina's concerns can be traced way back to the 90s, when she got hitched interestingly to an Ian Alexander Sr., before whom she had her solitary kid eating Alexander Jr. Regina and Ian were hitched from 1997 until their separation in 2007, and to say that the separation specialist would be putting it mildly. For one, her folks got separated when she was just 8 years of age, and it impacted her so seriously that she swore that when she got hitched it would be forever. So when she got separated from after just 10 years, she felt like she had fizzled and broken her vows to her more youthful self. She even composed a book about her separation, named He Never Returned Home. Me meeting stories and expositions from little girls on the existence without their dads. Definitely, I'm almost certain you can say that the separation hit her extremely hard, yet surprisingly she made a good attempt to make the marriage work, which makes sense of why she was so shattered when it in the long run finished. In a meeting, she said the marriage part was most likely the hardest piece, all things considered, and I think any wedded couple that has stayed hitched caps off to them on the ground. And that they had the option to move past those times when you were developing at various paces and every which way that is troublesome. My ex has, and I observed that we're greatly improved co-guardians and companions than we are as a couple. As a matter of fact, her separation was way expert than her folks separate, since she and her ex could scarcely stand one another. Yet she understood how gravely their disdain of one another was meddling with their child, so she chose to settle her issues with our ex, and she expressed as a result of our issues Ian was turning into the youngster whose guardians were separated to the point that they lacked the ability to sit close to one another, not to mention have an edified discussion. Regina was so shattered by her separation that it required her several years to find love again. She was far more mindful the second time around, in light of the fact that she would have rather not hurried into one more relationship that would leave her inclination broken by the day's end. In addition, she had her child to stress over, and taking into account that he didn't take his folks separate from not entirely set in stone to safeguard him yet. Following several years, she felt like she was prepared to find love once more, and in 2011 she experienced passionate feelings for and began dating entertainer Malcolm Jamal Warner. There were high expectations for the relationship since they were both viewed as veterans in the business. 3 or more, they had known one another for a long while, and they had extraordinary science, so everybody felt that Regina had at last found the one, including Regina herself. However, discussing the relationship, she said, "I accept the universe has an arrangement. And we most likely could never have been prepared a long time back. We both needed to do anything that we had to do to be prepared for one another." Now, sadly, the relationship went on for only 2 years before it finished, and insiders uncovered that this squashed Regina totally considerably more than her separation did. She never saw it coming, since they didn't have significant battles or issues in the relationship. Sources addressed U.S. week after week that Malcolm arbitrarily told Regina that he wasn't feeling it any longer. Individuals found this peculiar on the grounds that it was half a month prior to that he had talked on the relationship, saying, "We like to safeguard what we have on the grounds that it's actual, unique, and extremely valuable. Yet I will say that a relationship seems okay on the planet." So how did it change not long after that? Furthermore, Regina had moved in along with him, and they were both living respectively with her child Ian. Well, in addition to the fact that Malcolm blitzed and sided Regina with a separation, he promptly removed her and Ian from his home with no qualms. Regina was so crushed by Malcolm's activities that she guaranteed to at no point ever believe she'd date in the future. Addressing Wendy Williams, she uncovered that she was putting forth zero attempt to Get once more into the relationship scene. It's different, are you dating? You realize I really want to improve at it. I do. I've been so occupied with work and my sweethearts resemble, do you think a man? It's about to go thumping on the entryway and like, I'm here and I assume I wish you would better believe it? Disaster can do that to you. As a matter of fact, she was so broken by the relationship that she promised to stay away from serious relationships, rather deciding to seek after cheerful connections. She can said this in a meeting where she said individuals, let's assume you're not dating anybody. I mean, I'm dating, yet it's truly agreeable where I'm at right presently. Upsetting, that implies being in an awkward spot. And I'm not prepared for that. Fans tracked down it. Miserable that she had gone from some body who needed a steady relationship to making do with something that seemed like companions with benefits. However, right when she was beginning to get changed in accordance with this new reality that she never pursued, misfortune hit with her child Ian when he ended his life last year. So to say that Regina was crushed would be a colossal misleading statement since she was totally squashed and broken. Like I said before, Ian was her lone youngster, and she cherished him with her entire existence. A once uncovered in a meeting that she was really specific of the jobs that she took, so she could be near her child since she never needed to be a truant mother who couldn't set aside a few minutes for her child. She said, I'm not passing up his life. I absolutely never need my child to say, well, babysitter was there. I would be crushed. She was exceptionally open about her affection for her child. My child Ian, the way that I get to impart this night to you, the best date in the house. Goodness, man, yeah. You make being a mother my most prominent achievement. I love you, cheers. And one of the saddest things about his passing is that it was the one thing that Regina dreaded the most in life. Losing her youngster. Regina uncovered that she nearly turned down her job in the television series 7 Seconds since her personality lost a kid, and she was unable to envision how it would feel to lose. She read an article discussing 7 Seconds, and it said that you were at first reluctant to play that job. Why, I mean, gander, it simply makes me more joyful than anything in the entire world, and to realize that I must be in the space of a mother losing her kid for quite some time. It was frightening, which makes it considerably more disastrous. Regina actually hasn't recuperated from the misfortune. An insider uncovered that she is as yet battling hard to comprehend the reason why Ian would end his life. She comprehends that he was probably experiencing discouragement as a result of his keep going posts on Twitter. For those of you who have close to zero familiarity with this, in the days paving the way to his passing, he tweeted, do you have any idea that episode of SpongeBob where they go inside his cerebrum and it's a lot of small SpongeBobs simply losing their ish? Definitely that one truly hits home. Her closest companion. Vivica Fox uncovered that Regina was squashed and felt like it was over for her. So I was with Regina the previous evening. She's okay. Music, was it your hugger? I got a text saying Regina needs to see you, and I turned around sharply and quickly had it there. I didn't contemplate where I was going or what I'm doing. It simply needed to go see my companion. What's music happy? I got to thoroughly search in her eyes. This has been totally quite possibly one of the longest ends of the week I've at any point had in my life. It's like I can't quit crying, however, she said to let everyone know that she's gotten your text. She feels a debt of gratitude. In January, Regina made a post to pay tribute to the main commemoration of Ian's passing, which she composed on Instagram. January 19th is Ian's worth day. As we actually process his actual non-appearance, we commend his presence. We are all in better places in the world, and so is Ian. His soul is the string that interfaces us. I see you in all that I inhale. My outright most loved thing about myself is being Regina, the mother of Ian the God Lord. Keep on sparkling.